Hey everyone, welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be playing some Gauntlet Legends for the Nintendo 64. This is something that I wasn't really planning on doing, but I was recording some quick plays today on the N64, going through my flashcard list, and I was like, oh man, there's some of these games I haven't played in quite a while, Gauntlet Legends being one of them. This is a really solid port of the arcade Gauntlet Legends with quite a few twists. What's really interesting is that they added in a bunch of levels from Dark Legacy, which was a later arcade expansion, and then that got its own port to more modern consoles like PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox. So this is kind of like an interesting hybrid between like the Dreamcast Gauntlet Legends and the console Dark Legacies that we got. Now the Dreamcast Gauntlet Legends had a couple levels from Dark Legacy, but not very many. But this actually has like a couple of full hubs straight from Dark Legacy, so it's quite interesting actually. So we're gonna, I don't know if we're gonna do a full playthrough of this. I labeled this as part 1 because it would be cool to do a full playthrough, but I have some things I want to do later tonight, and so we're definitely not going to play through the whole thing in one sitting. But we are going to play it a little bit. I predict we'll play it for about 2 or 3 hours or so. And then we'll stop the stream, and if I feel like continuing it, or if you guys want to see me continue it, you know, we can go ahead and do that. Now, it's been a long time since I've beaten the N64 version. I probably haven't beaten this in about 20 years now. That was when I was first playing it pretty religiously. I was getting into the arcade version. I got the Dark Legacy conversions, I bought the Dreamcast version, and then I bought the N64 one as well. And I played a lot of the N64 one. It's... you know, using the PlayStation version as an example, you wouldn't have expected the N64 version to be as good as it is compared to something like the PS1 version, which wasn't very good. But it actually runs really well, it plays really fast, and it looks pretty decent. And it's just got a ton of content, so it's a really fun version of Gauntlet Legends. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, we'll just kind of see how we do here. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've actually completed this. I went through a binge session with my brother probably about 10 years ago when we first moved into this apartment. The same apartment where you see our fellow kitties. There's a fatty right down below, right there. But my brother and I were playing this in 2-player mode probably about 10 years ago. Or probably a little bit less than that. It might have been 2013 or 2014. A very long time ago now, but not quite 20 years ago. So we actually made it, I think, up to the ice world, and I don't remember having too many issues. So I suspect we'll probably get through this just fine. I don't know if there's a whole lot that's really cryptic. I know you have like rune stones and stuff like that you have to find. But I don't think we'll have too much trouble there. So I did actually reset my console here, and I think it actually reset my settings. So we're going to actually go back to video settings, and we're going to actually max this back out. Apparently it doesn't actually save this to your memory card, so you have to do this, I guess, every time you play. Oops. Let's try this again. You can't just hold down your C buttons, you have to actually just mash them rapidly. So there we go, we've got a big screen now. And let's go ahead and hit save. And I had actually boosted the audio all the way up too, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, good stuff. And I think the audio will probably be fine. Let me know if there are any issues, but I think it'll probably be fine. But yeah, we're gonna try to just like, you know, see what we can do with this game. It should be a good time. I love classic Gauntlet Legends. I actually prefer it over Dark Legacy, because Dark Legacy, at least the console versions, they added these like serious collectathon elements, like get 50 red gems in a level, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is getting a little too much. But Gauntlet Legends is mainly just about finding rune stones in each stage, or not each stage, not all stages have them, and they're not usually as obtuse to find. So I don't know, we'll just kind of see what happens here. So, but I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Thanks to everybody that's joined up so far. So, I see Scruff out there, I see Freddy, I see Society, I see Razvan, 1A, Mark, welcome back Mark, and V-Chill. So yeah, welcome back guys, hope you're all doing well tonight. Society says, hey Austin, hope all is well, I never played this game, will be cool to see. Oh yeah, this is a fun game, Society. It's a very, very good multiplayer game, too. It's 4 players at the same time. I always play this by myself just because, like, that's how I've always played Gauntlet Legends. Yeah. Alright, I have to get a cat off my desk. Give me a second here, guys. Alright, Milo. Milo. No, get down. Get down, Milo. Thank you. Milo likes to get up on my desk, plop his fat ass down on it, and then not budge, even if I try to move him off. So he was just up on top of my desk. I don't want him sitting on top of my keyboard like he always does. Oh, man. Freddy says he got his knight to level 70, and he's beaten the sub-final boss, and now he's currently trying to hunt down the runestones in each world to get the real final boss. Yeah, you need all the runestones to get to the very end of the game. Scrub says he's had this on his wish list for a while. Hopefully he can find a clean copy for a decent price soon. The game is awesome. Yeah, the game is awesome. I'm actually kind of curious how much this sells for right now. I'm going to check eBay real quick. Just going to do a quick search. Gauntlet Legends N64. Let's see. Let's go to completed listings. It looks like if you were desperate for one and you had to do a buy it now, right now, you'd be looking anywhere from like $35 to $45 for a cartridge only. But if you're patient and you bid on an auction, it's entirely possible you can find one cheaper. Let's see. There are some ones from China you can get for 19 bucks, but I don't know if I'd trust that. It's probably a pirate. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm seeing some auctions. There was one auction that ended for about $30 after shipping. So it's not super cheap. This was one of those games that was actually, it was one of the earlier N64 games to sort of rise in price a little bit. We're talking like 2002. These things were like, you know, 50 or 60 on the used market. Maybe more like 40 or 50. That was really expensive for an N64 game back then because, you know, everyone was dumping their carts left and right to get the new console. So, you know, demand on N64 stuff was down. But Gauntlet Legends for a little while was you know, not cheap by N64 standards back in the day. So, granted, that was a complete in-box copy 20 years ago. So now a complete in-box copy is probably up there towards like $100, I'm guessing. If it's $40 cart only, it's probably a good bit more. People get flash carts. Get flash carts. You have every game at your disposal. But if you gotta collect, then it doesn't seem too terribly bad in terms of price right now. But yeah. I seen Lonic. Welcome back. And hey, said, welcome back. Lonic says, hey, hello from Brazil. This is one of my favorites on N64. I remember when I was young, learning by myself a bit of English, and that phrase, save keys to open chests, is imprinted in my mind till this day. Nice, very nice, very nice. Freddy says Dreamcast port of Legends is starting to pick up in prices from what he's seen, ranging from $50 to $100. Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff on Dreamcast. Anything that's like even remotely desirable on Dreamcast has like really shot up in price, unfortunately. And Gauntlet Legends is one of those games. Gauntlet Legends is awesome on Dreamcast. I love it because it's closer to the arcade Gauntlet Legends than any other home conversion has been, which has value in my opinion. So. But alright, let's go to our controller configuration here. It's just the default, so it looks like you use the C keys to manage your items. If I recall correctly, I think this is a lot like the Dark Legacy home ports where you can stash items and then you can utilize them on the fly. So you can actually like grind out and build up an inventory of powerful weapons and then use them on, say, boss fights and things like that. We'll see if I'm correct on that, but it's got keys here to move through your inventory, so I'm assuming that is the case. And it looks like Z is turbo. You do use the analog stick in this. You do not use the D-pad. A and B is attack and magic. Turbo is the Z button. R is the use button for, I guess, your inventory. So, okay. Let's go ahead and... you do have controller pack management here, which is actually kind of nice. I think you can actually delete other games' items, which is nice. So... yeah, pretty cool. I already have a character on here, but this is from, I think, a long time ago. And I don't even think I played it very long on this specific memory pack. Let's go to continue and go ahead and start a brand new game. Hey, Leo, welcome back. Banu says, oh neat, I played the heck out of this on Dark Legacy and PS2 with friends. I have an online friend, though, who insists Legends on N64 is the definitive best version of the game. That's a tough one. I don't know if I'd say it's the definitive best version of the game, but it is super fun. It's like unexpectedly fun. And it's got a lot of content. It's got some of that Dark Legacy content, but not all of it. So it's like an interesting hybrid between Legends and Dark Legacy. It's very neat. And I'm trying to debate, like, who I should play as. So I normally either play as the Archer or the Warrior. I'm almost tempted to try something like the Valkyrie this time. Let's actually do that. We'll do the yellow Valkyrie. I don't think I ever play as yellow. Let's do go back. Oops. Really? You're gonna do that to me, game? Yeah, you have a lot of characters you can unlock as well. Alright, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Kind of an awkward system. Alright, we will do... We always do YouTube when I'm on my streams here. Oh, YouTube. Alright, there we go. Let's hit done. And we're good to go. Hey, Jonathan and Gotcha, welcome back, guys. Or welcome to the stream, I should say. And Pearl Jammer. Alright, Scorn has sealed my gateways with his evil magic and trapped my powers inside of magical obelisks hidden in each world. Free my power from these obelisks so that I can open the other worlds to you. With my last spell, I opened the Mountain Kingdom. Scorn's forces may have hollowed out the ancient volcano and hidden one of the 4 shards there. Find a way into the volcano's core and recover the first of the 4 shards you'll need. Your quest begins. So it looks like we get a shard for each world. We have to find obelisks to open up other worlds, and we'll have to get runestones to unlock the true final boss. It's not really the true final boss, because you can't beat the game without having all the runestones, if I remember correctly. But this is kind of cool. I've never actually played with the Valkyrie. It's kind of cool she's got a sword and shield. I like that. So yeah, this is our hub, and this is the wizard we can talk to. Looks like he's got a shop. Let's shop. Looks like we have... Oh, I have 500 bucks. Okay. And it looks like... Oh, no, I have... Oh, that says how many I have of the items. So I have 500 health. I have 130 strength. Okay. Let's go ahead and save and return. Let's see what else he's got here. Because in the Dreamcast version, you don't buy anything from him, as far as I'm aware. Like, you buy stuff, like... So in the Dreamcast version, it's like the arcade game, where at the end of a level, you can buy stuff with whatever money you've earned. Like, you can level up your characters, like, stats. Yeah. So we got a rune hit. A rune is hidden on Dagger Peak. You must recover all 13 runestones if you are to defeat Scorn. Yeah, so it's not a true final boss, it's a requirement. So, okay. Looks like that's it. And I think if we hit start, we can go to characters. Go to character menu, and we can save it. So a little awkward here. Go ahead and save it there. Okay. Hey, Gimpler. Gimpler says, oh man, so good. This is what Diablo Immortal should have been. Oh, jeez. Hey, Connor, welcome to the stream. Pearl Jammer says he used to have Dark Legacy on PS2. He loved that game. Yeah. Seems like a lot of people have fondness for that game in particular. Dark Legacy, I think, was the most popular of the home Gauntlet ports. Milo, no. Alright. So, Gauntlet Legends. If you guys haven't played it before, it was an arcade game. You can get up and just walk into enemies, and by doing that, you will attack them. You'll do an automatic melee attack. You get keys to open up chests. You can bust open crates for items. Looks like that's a magic potion. Now, this game actually uses the expansion pack. I thought it required it. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I've got the expansion pack, so we are playing with the expansion pack. But yeah, you also have projectile attacks. And you also have what's called a turbo meter. And it looks like that's our first obelisk right there. And man, the Valkyrie's really slow. Holy crap. Now you do have run functionality in this. You can hold down the turbo button to use your turbo meter. But by using your turbo meter, you don't have the ability to actually use special attacks with your turbo meter until it charges back up. Okay, so I don't want to open up that door. I don't want to waste a key. Looks like I have 2 keys. And I have a temporary power-up right now that allows me to spew fire breath. Now, what's interesting about this game is you do get experience points. And when you attack enemies with your projectiles, you get a very small amount of experience points. It might be like 1 point or something. If you attack with your melee, you actually get even more. So if you're trying to level up faster, you want to try to melee as many enemies as you can. There we go. So if you do attack plus your turbo button, you'll use one of your 3 turbo levels. So you have green, yellow, and red. Red is the best because for every character, it does a long-range projectile that just annihilates anything in its path. Alright, let me get back. Let me try to use my projectiles here. You can just hold down the button, but you can also try to mash it a little bit faster, and you'll do a slightly faster rhythm attack. Alright, and so we're maxed out again on our super, so let's go ahead and use that. There we go. So the key is to get rid of all the spawners as quickly as possible, otherwise you'll just get ganged up on. Now you do have magic potions that you can use if you want to try to clear our enemies faster. And I just used one of my magic potions. I guess potion plus Z or turbo will turn it into a shield, which was interesting. The yellow turbo attack is like a circular 360-degree attack. Not the most useful thing. I prefer the level 3 long-range attack. Now, as the spawners get damaged, they'll start spawning out lower level enemies. So like when the spawner is at its beefiest, it's sending out the beefiest enemies, so they take more damage. And then when the spawner is damaged, it'll start shooting out smaller enemies. We got archers. So we have archers and bomb throwers, and archers and bomb throwers are very dangerous in this game. And so this game requires you to kind of know where they are and snipe them from a distance. Otherwise, you're going to just have a lot of your health just completely chipped away. Okay, let's actually disable that. Yeah, so one thing that's really cool, I'm going to go ahead and disable that too. You can cycle through your inventory just like I remember, and you can enable and disable items. So like, I'd rather save this item. That's like a fire projectile. It does a lot more damage. I can use it on a boss fight later on, or on a section that's more difficult. That's one of the things I like about this version of the game. And if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure you could do that on some of the versions of Dark Legacy. Like, I feel like I could do it on the Xbox version. I don't remember if you can do it on the PS2 one. Let's go ahead and save. So that's level 1 down. Okay, there it is. Alright, continue. Shoe Bomb Steve says, do you have May 64, the Versus game? I have everything here. How? Don't ask, but I do. I actually used to play Mace back in the day. I never got very good at it, though. Society says, oh yes, the legendary Valkyrie, U-Tub. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and disable. Oh! Kamikazes! Gotta watch out for them. Oh, don't want that. That's poison. And the Valkyrie here is very slow. So what I might end up doing is just using my turbo attack. Now when you use your turbo, I think you can actually kind of slam through enemies. There are lots of walls you can destroy in this. And I feel like this might be the first level with the runestone. I didn't catch the level name because I was looking at chat as it was loading. Destroy the dirt mounds to uncover switches. The R looks like an A. It's like Diat. Alright, let's go this way. Looks like we just gained a level. And we've got some food here. Rapid fire. We're gonna go ahead and keep it. Yeah, I really love that I can just disable I can disable the item usage and just like stash them for later levels. That's such a good mechanic. So Gauntlet Legends, the arcade game, was very difficult. Now it was possible to get really good at it and get through most of the game on 1 credit, but very, very challenging. A lot of machines had your health constantly ticking down, and you didn't have the ability to in the arcade game, you didn't have... Oops. There's death. You want to use potions on death. In the arcade game, you didn't have the ability to stash items. Like, you had to use them immediately. Now, you can also throw your potions. Not like that. There we go. So there was a bomb guy on the other side of that wall, and I wanted to get rid of him because he was going to constantly throw bombs over the wall. Let's go ahead and use a key on this. I think I'll have to go that way. I don't remember, but we'll see. Hey, Francis. Francis says, I used to play that on the arcade in a shopping mall in Luxembourg, way back. Using those supers, those turbo attacks are really, really good. And that's one reason not to actually use the turbo functionality, as in, like, running. Maybe later on in the playthrough it's something I'll use more often, but right now I'm kind of better off just moving slowly and using my level 3 turbo attack. Limited growth, I don't really need that. She goes, I like food. Don't we all? Don't we all? Alright, I don't think there's anything down there. Oh, that's the door I opened up. So I actually didn't have to open that up, but that's okay. I don't really mind wasting a couple keys here and there. Alright, we've got golems now. These guys could be pretty tough. So I kind of want to get back and try to shoot them from a distance. Let's go ahead and cycle through my items. We're going to do 3-way shot. Kill this guy a lot faster. There we go. And then that's so awesome. I can just use it for a little bit of help and then turn it back off. Oh, it's so good, man. See, this might be why some people like think this is like the most fun version of Gauntlet Legends to play, because you can do stuff like that. It's really fantastic. The first of many runestones is hidden in a covered cave nearby. And let's see. Oh, it's probably this one right here. The discolored one. Yep, that's our first runestone. Alright, so that opens up something down here. Let's actually see what that something is. I don't know if it's just that or if it's something else, but let's come on down here just in case. So whenever you hit a switch in this game, it'll have an arrow leading down to whatever it activated. Aha, there we go. Limited levitation. I don't recall if there's something else down below, but I'm not going to worry about it. We've already got the obelisk, we've already got the runestone, so I think we're pretty much good to go. So now we do actually, I did hear some thunder outside, which was unexpected. I wasn't expecting any sort of rain or thunderstorm today, but if the power randomly goes off, or if the stream randomly drops, that's probably why. And unless my power goes out permanently, I will most certainly be back. Okay, I went ahead and just used a potion. Tried to kill this bomb guy, but I failed. I don't need to waste a key on that door because I was already down there. There's a lot of, like, basic little traps in this game. Like, if you come down here, there's this thing, it just shoots out fire. It seems to be kind of random in this. It's very slow. In other versions of the game, it's on a timer. It's like on, off, on, off, on, off. And so you gotta watch out for those types of traps, and instead of just constantly just running straight through the game and slamming into every obstacle there is and losing a lot of health, you want to stop, wait, go, stop, wait, go. You know, it's very much a stop and go kind of game. If you don't play stop and go, you're going to die really, really fast. Man, this saves really fast too. That's nice. Scruff says, was Legends the one where you can unlock all the crazy characters like the Minotaur? I don't remember if you can unlock stuff like the Minotaur in the arcade game, but in the console versions, yes. Like, you can do stuff like that here. Okay, let's talk to him. Let's go to Rune Hint. Find the runestone hidden in the Lost Cave. Okay. And, I don't know how much gold I have. Let's go to the shop. Looks like I have 1,000. So what we're going to do is, instead of buying items, we're going to upgrade. So what I want to do is actually, the Valkyrie is like super slow. So I'm going to focus on speed, because I'd like to get her to be a little bit faster. On to level 3. So he said the Lost Cave is where our next runestone is. The Cliffs of Desolation. So I guess there's no runestone here. I'm pretty sure in the arcade version there is a runestone on this level. It's been a while since I've gone through the arcade one. I used to play it religiously, though. I loved that game so much. I got really good at it. I was able to... Granted, our machine didn't have the health ticking down. The operator actually disabled that, thankfully. But I was able to get to the final level on 1/4 consistently. I had pretty much the whole game memorized down to a T. It's one of my accomplishments in the arcade. Was learning Gauntlet Legends. Alright. Limited invulnerability. Okay, it looks like we can't actually turn this off. So there is, I think, a golem up top, and we want to use it on the golem. Yep, there he is. Just get up and do your melee attack. Man, this game is so much fun. Alright, let's come back up this way. Yeah, so you'll notice that, well, probably not right now, but there are Grim Reapers in this game. Or Death. And if he touches you, he sucks away a lot of, God, I want to... Does he take away your experience points? I don't remember. I guess we're going to find out. Or we might not find out, because I want to try not to get touched by death. Alright. It's a little bit of money. Let's open up this chest. Let's get a key first, I guess. Looks like I have... Oh, there he is! Now, there is actually a gimmick here, if I can do it right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Let's see. You can actually get him caught on ledges like that. And it takes a long time, but you can actually attack him. And I want to say it's like 50 to 100 hits. I don't remember the exact number, but you can actually kill him just by attacking him. So we're just going to sit here as I read chat. Pearl Jammer says, I wish WB Games would release a Gauntlet collection someday. Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, having Legends and Dark Legacy and a lot of the old arcade classics in one collection, that would be fantastic. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see an HD Gauntlet and Dark Legacy. That would be really cool. Hey, Office, welcome back. It's not actually doing anything, which is weird. I mean, it's clearly hitting death. Yeah, it's not supposed to be anything more than like 100, if I recall correctly. Office says he had Gauntlet on GameCube. It was one heck of a game. Oh, you bastard. This is for science, Death. Help out science class right now. I wonder if they disabled that functionality in this version, because it works in all the other versions. Basically what happens is, oh, well then again, the Valkyrie is weaker. Maybe it takes even more hits for her. Hey, Mike, thank you very much for that, sir. Let me turn up those notification sounds a little bit. Potbelly says he just got the PS2 one from a thrift store last week. Very nice. Yeah, Death give no craps. He's just gonna keep pointing the finger at you. Well, this sucks. I wonder if they actually disable that functionality in this version. See, that's a downside. Like, you can see me doing this all the time in my Dreamcast playthrough. In the arcade, and the Dreamcast, and even, I think, PS2 Dark Legacy, you can just shoot Death a ton of times, and he dies. But I'm gonna have to use a potion. That sucks. That really sucks, because it's a good way to save potions. But it looks like you can't do that in this version. That's insane. I'm surprised they actually cut that out. Alright, let's actually move back. Pearl Jammer says he just ordered Midway Arcade Classics for PS3. Looking forward to playing those classic arcade games. It's been a while. Nice. Yeah, it's not a bad collection. It's got a couple of issues, like, at least on the Xbox 360 side, Smash TV requires you to use both analog sticks, which is frustrating because Smash TV was not an analog game. But, some of the other stuff is pretty good, though. Like, the Golden Age era arcade games are pretty solid on that. Just don't expect to have a great time with Smash TV, because again, it requires the analog stick control, and it's just not... Analog sticks cannot replicate digital controls accurately. Or comfortably, I should say. Oh, hey, Lawrence, have a good weekend. Thanks for popping in, saying hello. I appreciate it. I don't know, but... So, Pearl Jammer, I'm not sure if the PS3 version is the same way. I assume it probably is. But don't quote me on that, because I don't have it. Although, if they fix Smash TV on that version, I'd be willing to buy that version. So, Leo says he believes the PS3 version of Origins also mandates the right analog for Robotron, Smash TV, and Total Carnage. Oh, geez, even Robotron. Ugh. Yeah, that makes those games unplayable to me. Those are extremely difficult games. They're extremely difficult games. You have to be 100% accurate on those with your controls. If you're not, you're just going to get annihilated. That's just, you know, fact of life. We know, Valkyrie. You're fat. Actually, she's not fat. She actually looks pretty good. She looks like she's in tip-top shape. She burns all those calories when she eats all those apples. Alright, let's see. I try to dodge the arrows, and those arrow guys, or those archers, arrow guys, the archers actually, they seem to fire really fast in this version. In other versions, I think they fire a little bit slower. It's a pretty decent looking N64 game, too. I love just, like, the dynamic camera angles and stuff like that. It's pretty solid. Granted, this does use the expansion pack, so... for one, I'm not sure if it actually plays without the expansion pack. I was always under the impression it required it, but it's possible it might be playable without it. If anybody knows, let me know. But we are using the expansion pack, so part of the the quality visuals could be because of the fact I'm using the expansion pack. Looks like I just gained another level. Alright, let's go ahead and use this. Oops. Would have preferred it against this bomb guy. Yeah, look at how fast he was throwing those bombs. You're better off just using a potion or something like that. Looks like I'm up to 1,091 health, which is good. I think we started off with 500 health. Let's go ahead and disable that fire amulet. I'm going to save it for the boss fight. Nice. Hit this switch. Probably don't need to open up this door. We're gonna do it anyway. I have 4 keys, so... Oh, 5 now. So I feel like I'm okay. Open that. No Grim Reaper, thankfully. Limited invisibility. We'll go ahead and do that. I wonder if you can sell items in this. See, that's another strategy, is to try to, like, sell the items you don't really care for, like limited invisibility. I mean, it's got its uses, but I'd rather have an attack power-up, because that allows me to just mow through enemies a lot faster. Right, looks like that's our exit. Oh, that's a bonus stage. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, let's see. Is the extra speed? Nope. And it looks like I think the ammunition actually stacks, which is nice. Ooh, here's a good idea. Here's a good idea. Let's use our extra speed here. Oh yeah. Oh, that makes this awesome. I love the look of those coins too. Oh, are you serious? It's not gonna let me collect any more? Oh, that's garbage. Okay, so I can only do a maximum of 50. That's disappointing. Now I don't feel so smart. I didn't have to waste my boots. Alright, I'm just gonna sit here then. Oh, there we go. Oh, might as well just go ahead and let it run out. You have to cycle up and down. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, so in other versions of the game, those just give you money. And so I was like, oh, I can get all the money in the world. But no, they're like these tokens you collect, apparently. Let's go ahead and save it. Continue. Hey, Cafe Man, he says, I don't think we own this on our N64. Oh, wait a second. So I ended up exiting the level. I didn't want to actually exit the level. I wanted to go back in, because there was a couple extra spots I could have gone to. I mean, it's okay, there wasn't a runestone there as far as I'm aware, but that's still a bummer. I wanted to get whatever leftover items were there. Leo says, I saw Atari's announcement of a new collection. Have my fingers crossed we'll see Cafe Man's Adventure 2 homebrew on it in the 5200 category. Yeah, that would be really cool. Oh, Cafe Man says it's not going to be on the new collection. Yeah, that's a bummer. Gimpler says, I'm not sure what it is about Legends and Dark Legacy. He doesn't get tired of the repetitive attacking, but it defies what I don't like about hack and slash video games. Yeah, it is repetitive, but I think it's because the level design is pretty solid for the most part. There are a lot of different places you go to. The soundtrack is also pretty good. Yeah. Hey, Steve-O, welcome back. Cafe Man just picked up a double wafer. Nice. And Society says the graphics do look nice for an N64 game. Alright. Society says this game does look fun. I bet 4-player mode was cool. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so the Valkyrie's castle is now a stronghold to the wretched soldiers and undead knights of Scorn. The courtyard is your best entry point. The gates are smashed and the catapulted boulders have weakened the walls. You'll have to fight through the dungeons and armory up to the highest, parapet? I don't know what that means. Where the castle guardian holds the next shard of my window. Or, yeah, take back this hollowed fortress. Okay, so we're actually not going to do that just yet. What we're going to do is continue this realm. We're going to finish that off, and we're just going to go through them one by one. Let's go to shop. And let's see what we can do here. Yeah, it actually looks like you can sell. So you cycle up and down. So I have 4 keys. I have potions. 3-way shot. Let's go ahead and sell it because I don't have much. I have none of those. I don't need that. 386, huh? We'll go ahead and just get rid of it. I wish it only cycled through, like, what you have. Oh, no, that's not true, because, like, you can buy everything, too, at the same time. Yeah, look at that. I'm just getting money. And now I can be like, oh, I want speed. I just leveled up speed 3 times. Very nice. Alright, so Rune Hints, it's Lost Cave, that's what I thought. Which will probably be the next level. Yeah, Leo, hopefully you're right about that. So for anybody that is unaware, Atari announced the 50th anniversary collection, and it's gonna have Atari Jaguar games on it. And that'll be a first for, well, consoles since the Jaguar, basically. And Tempest 2000 is one of the confirmed games. But at this moment in time, we don't know what the emulation's gonna be like. For all we know, it could be terrible. Or it could be great. I don't know. Valkyrie, we know you like food. You don't have to tell us every time you grab food. I like food too. Except the difference between you and I is I am a fat ass, and you are not. She said it again. I like food. Yeah, sometimes they go nom 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 and make other sounds. Other times they just have a generic quote like, I like food. So one thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and just use my level 3 turbo attack. And I'll just shoot off screen. And the reason is that it actually keeps going off screen. Even though you don't see off screen, it keeps going. And so you can actually end up destroying enemies and spawners in the distance. Hey Greg, welcome back. Pearl Jamer says, how's Patchy and Milo? They're doing fine. They were in here at the very beginning of the stream, so when the archive goes live, you guys will have to go watch the beginning. Milo was swatting at Patchouli. It was kind of funny. Freddy, no, Doom is not one of the games in the collection. It's just Atari properties, that's it. I mean, as far as I can tell, just the Jaguar games so far are only Atari properties. So no AVP, no Doom, no nothing like that, as far as I can tell. You must find a switch. Okay, looks like that'll eventually come down. Yeah, I agree, Cafe Man. Having stuff like Jaguar games is definitely a fresh idea. I assume they're having Atari games from other consoles as well, other than the 2600. I haven't actually. I just watched the like the launch, not launch trailer, but just the trailer for it, the preview trailer. Do you guys know when that collection comes out, by the way? Oh, is it gonna have Link's games, Mike? That'll be cool. We just did a Link stream here recently, and that was a lot of fun. I think a lot of you guys enjoyed that. So I can't tell if there's like a switch here I need. Looks like 2600, 5200, 7800 Jaguar Links, a car arcade, and 8-bit computers. Wow. Yeah, that's hefty. That's good. Oh, there we go. I will say I do wish this game was just a tad brighter. There's a wee bit on the dark side. All right. Yep. So open that. Valkyrie likes food. And we have to remember there is a runestone here. Yep, and there it is. We'll see if the runestones get kind of confusing to find. Some versions of these games, they're really easy to find. And if I remember correctly, I want to say in like Dark Legacy, they get a little bit more difficult to find. So Atari says later this year. Okay, very nice. All right, let's try to run through that. Using a potion is more valuable than getting wrecked by archers. Alright, let's see. Let's do this. Sounds like that might have actually killed a spawner. Reflective shot. I have no need for that. We're going to go ahead and sell that. Definitely want to keep my keys, though, because we have to use those. Oops, I didn't realize I was an explosive barrel. Thanks, low lighting. Nice, level 10 Guardian. I don't remember if it's level like 20 or 25, but you'll eventually get a familiar that kind of like flies alongside you. And it'll actually shoot projectiles with you, which is nice. The ice axe sits in the castle's treasury. Find it before facing the dragon. Yeah, so what they were talking about there is bosses actually have weaknesses. You can find their weakness in levels themselves. And so what they kind of want you to do is after this, go to the castle, get to the armory, find the axe. But I'm not going to do that. I don't really need to. I think we'll be fine. Now, you don't want to shoot potions when they're there, otherwise you'll make them explode before you collect them. Uh-oh, Golem. Let's actually do this. Wow, I can shoot over that. That's great. Ah. No, I pretty much have to do that. Damn you, death. I like it when you're up against the wall, the frame rate, like, jumps up. Alright, let's come back this way real quick. I was trying to aim that, but failed. Go ahead and turn that off. And that's it. Speaking of kitties, there's Patchouli. Hey, Patchouli. Wanna come on up here? Hey, you. Patchouli. Milo is actually on the other side of that right-hand condo. Patchouli. Hey, Patchouli. Patchouli. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Come on, Patchouli. Come on. There's my girl. There she is. Hey, babe. There's the Patchouli babe. Milo's hiding from us. Oh, man. Alright, shop. Yeah, the only problem with selling stuff is that it's time consuming. But it's a great way to level up your stats faster. Trying to make this Valkyrie a little less slow. Alright, let's go to characters, character menu. Save it since I just bought stuff. Pearl Jammer missed the last 2 streams. For shame. Alright, rune hits. Last runestone from the Mountain Realm is buried in the volcanic cavern. Bring it to me. So, yeah, it's the last level. Well, second to last level. It's the last regular level. The final stage on each realm is a boss fight. right. Alright, let's actually dash through here. Now, one other cool thing you can do is you can actually replay previous levels, and then you can stash up whatever pickups you find, and then you can sell them off and then upgrade your character faster. You can also use that to replenish health. So if you get low on health, you don't want to get a game over, you can replay earlier stages that are much easier and build back up on your health. Yep, those always fall off. Let me come back down here real quick. Hey, Velcro. Velcro's excited for any of my Gauntlet plays. Hell yeah. I see either an archer or a bomb thrower. Yep, archer. Alright, three-way shot. We're gonna actually save that. We're gonna use that on the boss. Let's go ahead and do that. Boom! Screw you, bomb guy. No bombs allowed here. I have 6 keys. Oops. Throw another one. Boom. Nice. That was good. And another one. It actually made a Grim Reaper sound, so I wonder if Grim Reaper was in, like, one of the crates. Or one of the barrels. Barrel? Sorry, never mind. I was about to say something real quick, but then I realized it's gonna make no sense. Looks like I'm maxed out on health right now. I'm guessing your maximum health increases as you level up. Still have 3 potions, that's good. Yeah, these red demons, when they're at their highest form, they'll start throwing projectiles, and they can really gang up on you fast. That's where things start becoming really difficult, when you have got projectiles coming at you left and right. Rasha's scimitar is here. It thirsts for the head of the castle's guardian. Yeah, so that's the weakness for the Castle Realms boss, which is a chimera. Cafe Man asks, any big differences between the N64 and Dreamcast versions? Yes. So the N64 version has more levels from Dark Legacy, which came after Gauntlet Legends in the arcades. This also has, I think, some slightly restructured level designs. And lastly, you can actually disable your power-ups in this and either use them at a later level or sell them to get money back. And then, just like in other versions of the game, you can buy stat upgrades like increased strength, increased speed. So this is actually, I would say, it's probably a little bit easier than other versions, because you've got that flexibility to, you know, upgrade your character easier. Yeah, like, I mean, even the first level itself is actually very different in the Dreamcast game. It starts off very similar, but it's Dreamcast version, the obelisk is in a totally different place. It's, there's a rune stone on the first level in the Dreamcast one, like, I'm pretty sure like the arcade game. But yeah, it's actually interesting. Yeah, I feel like I'm moving a little bit faster now. It's probably because of all my speed upgrades. Oh, nice, the super shot. Super shot's really good. Imagine your level 3 turbo attack, but it's just it's a big arrow. This will probably take me to my runestone. Yep, there's a golem. Looks like that's our exit, actually. Let's see if we can trap this guy. The AI could be a little dumb in this game. Okay, he's being smart. He's not being as dumb as I want. There we go, now he's being dumb. Thanks for being dumb. I like she just like bops them on the head. She's like, bop! I bop you with my sword. Alright. Go ahead and disable the lightning amulet. Oh, there's the scimitar. Cool. Tiago says it looks to be very good in a small cartridge. It is. Yeah, it's a really solid game. And disable that. There's our runestone. So far, the runestones have been pretty easy to find, which I am okay with. I am not complaining. I'm just a dumb American. So, the easier the better. In terms of puzzle solving. I've always been more of a, I'd rather, like, have skills dodging and thinking fast on my feet, as opposed to having to spend time solving puzzles. Let's just do continue, and we're gonna go ahead and buy some stuff. Okay, so we got all 3 runestones for that realm. Alright, we're gonna go through our inventory, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. You're gonna keep my 3-way for the boss fight. But let's go ahead. Keep building that speed. Hey, Jeffrey, welcome back. Jeffrey says, multiplayer is all on one screen. In the N64 version, I think you have to have the expansion pack to have 4 players. I think it's 3 maximum otherwise. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that to myself earlier. I was like, what is the expansion pack actually doing? I was thinking, you know, maybe it's, maybe it allows for more players at the same time, because when you have 4 players on the screen, all shooting projectiles, I could imagine the system getting bogged down pretty quickly. Gimpler, yes. Just like Pearl Jammer said, I archive every stream. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and use our spread shot here. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of sound feedback on the boss fight. That's kind of a bummer. But you can see his health bar is dwindling. You need to be behind the rocks if you want to avoid his shockwave. I still got hit by that. So basically what I'm doing is I'm attacking a couple times and then moving so I can avoid his projectiles. Somewhat failing at it in the process. You don't want to be close when he does that fire attack. Wow, I still got hit by it. Yeah, this is definitely more janky than like the Dreamcast and PS2 games, for sure. There we go. Three-way shots. I basically just cheesed my way to victory there. Whew. Yeah, that was a little janky compared to other versions of the game. Yeah, and the bosses do like crazy damage in this game. So I thought I might have actually died, but I grabbed a three-way shot. It's always in that top middle block. And yeah, I was able to use that and sort of point blank him, have all the projectiles connect, and it was just doing tons of damage on the boss fight. Alright, rune hits. I must have all 13 rune stones to open the underworld. Bring me the stone hidden in the castle courtyard. So it's the first level, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's, I don't know how much money I have. Let's see. Strength, speed, magic armor, max health. Yeah, my max health is increased. Gold, 396. I don't think I can sell anything. I don't think I have any items. Let's go to shop. Let's scroll up. Yeah, I've got, man, nothing. Yeah, I can't even buy any. Yeah, it's 1,000 gold. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually play through the first level again. Because I only have 311 hit points. So let's go ahead and save our character. Thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. Now, what's nice about playing this first level over and over again is you still get some experience in the process. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna guess, like, getting those 50 Minotaur coins, that probably unlocks the Minotaur. I didn't even think about that. Okay, let's turn that off. Hey, Zanctum, welcome back. Disable that. I wonder if I get any gold for the obelisk. Oh, it doesn't let me collect it again. Okay, never mind. Go ahead and disable that. I'd rather disable my power-ups and sell them. Pearl Jammer asks, is the Diablo 2 remaster any good? Yeah, I know several people that have gotten it. They all really like it. Pearl Jammer, this isn't really anything like Diablo 2. It's a very different beast. Yeah, we got the Thunder Hammer, which is pretty good. I'm starting to wonder if speed affects your projectile throwing as well. I feel like I'm throwing projectiles faster now, which is good. Yeah, she's definitely more powerful now, too, because she's killing these guys in 2 hits instead of 1. Sorry, not 1. I'm dyslexic. She's hitting them in 2 instead of 3. So she's definitely taking less hits to kill these enemies, which is good. Alright, up to 488 hit points. So we've almost doubled. I want my turbo meter to charge, because I think there's an archer up here. Yeah. Alright, so I'm up to 536 health. I'll probably be fine. I can probably progress and we'll be okay. Alright, let's go ahead and just continue. We're going to go to the shop. Oh man, 1200 for the hammer. I will definitely take that. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's do... We'll continue with speed. There we go. Yeah, Jeffrey. I mean, Gauntlet Legends Arcade, it's definitely tougher. It requires... I'd argue it requires more skill. You can't really... It's a lot harder to cheese your way through that game. Like, you have to actually know the level layouts like the back of your hand, and you have to play really smart. Oh wow, put me all the way back here. It's kind of weird how the options menu is handled like that. But yeah, you have to play very smart in the arcade game. You gotta know where all, like, the archer and bomber locations are and stuff like that. And like I said, you just have to play intelligently. So yeah, and especially since you're paying money in the arcade, it's definitely comes off as a little more of a brutal experience. This is an actual Nintendo 64. We always do real hardware here in this channel. And I have an HDMI modded console. Alright, Castle Courtyard.
You are now entering the Castle Courtyard.
So for those of you guys that have never seen the arcade versions, for one, this originated in the arcade. It was not a console game. It was not a console game first. In the arcade, you just went from level to level. There was no hub system. The hub system was added to the console versions. Abilities to, like, you know, sell items was also added to some of the console versions. The arcade version was much more straightforward. I mean, this is still very straightforward, but this has even more RPG-like elements in that you can actually grind out. You can't really grind out in the arcade version. Like, you're gonna have to go through the levels and complete the levels. Now, there are ways to play more efficiently in the arcade one. And the arcade game does save your character, so when you start a new game, you'll start with the same character, but you'll start the game from the very beginning. So you might have a level 55 Valkyrie saved to the arcade version, but every time you play, you have to start from the very beginning of the game. So it was definitely more of an arcade-like experience in the arcade. And they definitely, you know, consoleized it even further for the home releases. The Dreamcast version is the most like the arcade version in terms of its simplicity, but it also still has the hub system. Nintendo 64 adds the ability to sell items, hold on to items, store items, and stuff like that. And we got invincibility. When you get the invincibility, you always want to just take advantage of it as much as you can. Alright, cracked walls and crumbling debris have covered many switches here. That's the same door sound as in Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Or I should say the gate sound. Ah! Nice, there's our runestone. Pearl Jammer Blizzard games generally aren't on Steam. You have to get them through the Blizzard launcher. Hopefully if this Activision Blizzard acquisition goes through with Microsoft, that they just... Well, not necessarily get rid of that launcher, but have the opportunity to buy those games on Steam. Because Microsoft has some of their games on Steam. Alright, I'm a wee bit lost. Death Seed, yeah, I had mentioned that. The arcade game would save your characters, but you'd have to start from the very beginning every time you played. Whereas in the console versions, you can just play the same level over and over again. In the arcade version, you're forced to go through the game level by level, one by one. You can't just hold back and play level 1 over and over again like you can in this game. So, yeah, you could technically grind in the arcade game, but it was done differently than it was in the console versions. There we go. Nice, got it. That's what I wanted. Lightning shield, get rid of that. Now, one thing I do wish you could do is sort of like adjust the camera angle, but you couldn't really do that in any of the other versions, as far as I'm aware. So that's just normal for Legends and Dark Legacy. Let's go ahead and just wait. I wonder if I get experience points from the archer hitting the enemies. I wonder if it counts. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it. That would be really funny if I got experience for that. Okay, I basically just wanted to do this. There we go. Alright, so this is something where, like, you would need a second player. You'd have one player sit on a switch, and then the other player runs across. But in single player, you can't do that. So for those of you guys that don't know, Gauntlet Legends Arcade also used an analog stick. It looked like a regular joystick, but it actually was not. It was actually an analog stick. So playing on something like the N64 actually feels right at home. Because the original arcade game used an analog stick, and you could aim your shots nice and smooth. It wasn't just an 8-way game. Let's come back here real quick. $803 health. Yeah, we came in here with 500 something. Alright, so check every nook and cranny to clear the pathway ahead. It's kind of like Gauntlet Legends in a nutshell. Alright, let's see. Might be able to bait this guy this way? Okay, this was a really bad idea. Holy crap, dude. Okay. Jeez. That sort of backfired on me. Get rid of the familiar. I can't remember if he said the first obelisk is in the courtyard or not. I hope it's not. Otherwise, we're gonna have to play this level again. Yeah, I will say some of the collision detection's not as good as it is in the Dreamcast and PS2 versions. I guess that's understandable. N64 is not exactly as cutting edge as those systems were at the time. So there are definitely some downsides to this version of the game. Like, I can really feel the jankiness on the dragon boss fight. Oh, there's the obelisk. Very nice. Okay, cool. Back down to 582 hit points. Alright, that's it. Level 1 down. $5,000? That does seem actually kind of expensive for this game. I highly doubt this is a $5,000 arcade game. I could imagine anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, but any more than that, I highly doubt it. The Gauntlet Legends did pretty well in arcades. It's a fairly common arcade game. Dark Legacy seems to be fairly common as well. So, always take prices with a grain of salt, guys. You gotta do some research. You can't just see one or two prices and be like, oh, that's what it sells for. Because no. What you gotta realize is in the amusement industry, or the aftermarket amusement industry, is you have a lot of resellers trying to get top dollar for themselves, trying to sell to some rich dude's basement. But that doesn't mean those games are actually worth that to the average individual. Alright, let's go ahead and save it. Always want to save it because it doesn't auto-save for you. That is something you have to worry. Yeah, something you have to watch out for in this version of the game is it doesn't auto-save. I'd like to own a Gauntlet Legends arcade machine one day, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. At this rate, like, I'm 40, I'm still renting an apartment. It's almost not looking like I'm gonna ever even own a house. So, like, I don't know how I'd even be able to afford one. It's not that I wouldn't be able to afford one, it's just like, where would I put it? I have one arcade cabinet right now, and that's pretty much all I can fit. And arcade cabinets are a real pain in the ass to get up your stairs. So I would basically need some kind of basement. Okay, so I actually meant to talk to the guy first to see where the next runestone was. But I didn't do that. Whoops. So hopefully there's no runestone here, or if there is, hopefully we run into it before we have any questions. Actually, you know what? I can do abort level. We're just at the very beginning. I just want to make sure I'm in the... I just want to make sure, like, a runestone's here. Major Havoc says, I had a legend he got from an auction for 400 bucks. Yeah, but when was that, Major Havoc? Because arcade cabinets were really cheap 15 years ago. And 400 was, like, the average. Rune hits. Okay, so Runestone is imprisoned in the Dungeon of Torment. Okay. So that's probably, yeah. Okay. There should also be an obelisk in here, too. Cool. You don't need to own Double Dragon 2, Gimpler. You can buy another cabinet and then just buy the Double Dragon 2 board and put it in the cabinet. Because Double Dragon 2 uses the JAMA standard. And if you buy another game that's JAMA, then you can just buy the PCB for Double Dragon 2, which would be a lot cheaper than buying the cabinet. I do not like these bomb guys. Especially when I get stuck like that. Yeah, I'm noticing that the turbo functionality is also not as good in this one compared to other games. Like, I'm pressing the turbo button, but she keeps melee attacking. It's frustrating. Yeah, so there are definitely some responsiveness issues with this version of the game compared to, like, the Dreamcast or PS2 ones, which is kind of a bummer. So I'd definitely say it doesn't play as well as those. It's still a great game, but it's... You know, from a gameplay standpoint, it's definitely got some issues. These rats take forever to kill, too, and I don't know if it's just my Valkyrie, but they die really fast in other versions of the game. Rats are basically like popcorn enemies in other ports of this game. Alright, let me go back up, get rid of that. Tell us something you don't already know, Valkyrie. Oh, of course the other versions had slightly better texture mapping. I mean, they're more powerful consoles. They're more capable consoles. I mean, we're talking PlayStation 2 and Dreamcast versus Nintendo 64, so... It's basically like saying, oh, this game on Dreamcast has better texture quality than the PlayStation game, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or something like that. It's like, well, yeah, you would kind of expect that from a Dreamcast game. Versus a PlayStation game. But same thing, N64 was kind of like... visually a little bit closer to, I'd say, well... I want to say a little bit closer to... It's kind of like in between the PlayStation and Dreamcast in terms of certain graphical capabilities. Gimpler says if I could own any one cabinet, what would it be? Well, I mean, I've already owned several cabinets over the years, so... I wouldn't really say I have one that I absolutely have to have. I've owned Street Fighter 2. I've owned Killer Instinct 2. I owned a Final Fight. I currently have a Primal Rage, a dedicated Primal Rage cabinet. And I also owned a Neo Geo sit-down, or cocktail cabinet. I think it was a custom cabinet. For me, the cabinets that are best to own are the ones where it's a game you really love, but it can also have other games swapped in and out with it easily. So basically something that's JAMA. And then something with lots of buttons. So if you do swap games in and out, you've got extra control options. So like Street Fighter is great because you've got a 6-button layout. Mortal Kombat's not as good because it's got a kind of an awkward layout compared to something like Street Fighter. So it's not, you can't just like swap a Street Fighter in it and have it feel good because you don't have the correct 6-button layout. So there are some factors like that. Yeah, enemy density is definitely much greater here. And it's causing me to take a lot of damage. And I don't have any potions. Trying to let my my turbo meter charge up. Jeez. Rash. Man, Rash's scimitar hides in the cavern. Find it there first to defeat the castle's guardian. I already know. I got that already. I think they were expecting me to take their advice earlier and come to the castle first before fighting the dragon. That would probably be the optimal way of doing things, but I chose not to. Let's do this. Yeah, I feel like the potions aren't as powerful either, although that could be just because my character's magic levels aren't that high. That's probably it. Stats do make a difference in this game, believe it or not. Despite its arcade roots. Jeffrey says not to nitpick, but I think Legends was on PS1, N64, Dreamcast. Dark Legacy was PS2, GameCube, Xbox, and GBA, sort of. Yes, you are right, Jeffrey. However, Legends on Dreamcast has a couple of Dark Legacy stages in it. And then Legends on N64 has even more Dark Legacy stages in it. So they're both technically like hybrids. I'm not sure about the PlayStation version. I've never actually gone through that one completely because it's super janky. I still want to try to one day. We might do just like a random live stream of that sometime just to kind of check it out, see what we can do with it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. Matt Banks says, I just discovered your channel a little while ago and I am enjoying the content. All the classics and then some. Ever played Might and Magic 6 for PC? No, I actually have not. I haven't really played any of the Might and Magic games. Strategy RPG stuff, I don't actually play a lot of, and I'm pretty sure Might and Magic kind of falls under that. But I know exactly what you're talking about. Oops, I should have waited. I got a power up, and I actually don't even know what it did. Yeah, one of the things I'm not enjoying right now is basically having to sit back and hit enemies from a distance just to wait for my turbo meter to charge up. Now, your turbo meter does charge faster if you attack enemies with melee, but as you can see, it's a little on the risky side of things It's not really worth me doing. Now, if there's just like a straight line of enemies, it's a little bit safer. But man, they keep just wanting to walk right past me. Come on, spawner. Yeah, the collision in this is definitely leaves a little bit to be desired. It's definitely a lot better in the Dreamcast and PS2 versions of the game. Still at 548 health, and you know, if I really feel the need, I can, is that the obelisk? You could barely see it. The camera was blocking the view. Well, we got it at least. That's good. Jeez. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm starting to think I should probably try to upgrade some other stats too. I think we probably got enough speed for a little bit. Ah, crap! There was a runestone here and I didn't get it. Oh, we're gonna have to play this level again. Oh, you dumbass, Austin. Why did I do that? I didn't even think about that. Turok is on Steam, and it got modern ports to like Switch, Xbox One, PS4, along with Turok 2. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Let's go get some health. Well, at least I got the obelisk. Yeah, they even mocked me for not getting the runestone. At least they let me know, because I don't think they do that in other versions. I don't think they tell you. They just kind of like leave you to figure it out on your own. Yeah, Pearl Jammer, the sound is moderately clear. The voices aren't perfect, but that's very typical for N64. That Thunderhammer is worth a lot. That's like a $1,500 item I can sell. It's a lot of enemies here. Society says, sounds like EverQuest music. You know, I've never actually heard EverQuest. I think I tried playing it once back in the day, and I don't even remember if there was music for me or what it sounded like. I wonder if more enemies appear if you come in here at like a higher level. Maybe not. God, I hate how these guys just, like, rotate around you. In the arcade version, they'll just, like, stay in a nice straight line, so you can just rip right through them. Which it seems like you can't really do that in this one, which makes it harder. Well, it makes it harder to melee attack the enemies. But you want to melee attack the enemies if you want to get your turbo meter up faster. Well, one of the good things about playing this level again is I do come out with a surplus of potions, which is obviously a good thing. I wonder what level I'm at. I wonder how close I am to getting my familiar, because that'll be nice. Holy crap, there is a lot of enemies! Why are there this many enemies? I don't remember there being this many in the other attempts. I feel like the higher the level you are, the more spawners there are and stuff like that. Which is good for experience building. Just waiting for my super to charge up. It's too dangerous to go into a big group of enemies like that solo. Whew, man. That was a lot of dudes. Well, we came out with almost double our health, which is good, so at least there was that. Let's go and sell some stuff. Wow, we're almost 2 hours in already. That's crazy. So maybe what we'll do is we'll try to finish the second world, and then we'll basically stop the stream, and then I'll come back. I don't know, maybe even tomorrow. I don't really think I have too many plans for tomorrow, so maybe we'll continue this tomorrow. Alright, so, sell. 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 I mean, honestly, some of these power-ups would probably be pretty useful. Alright, let's do... It's a good boost in strength. Favorite Sega CD game that is not a full-motion video game? That's a good question. I don't have a single favorite. What you're gonna find out about me, Matt, is it's very difficult for me to list single favorites. So, but favorite games, I'd say Eternal Champion CD, Sonic CD, Lords of Thunder, Android Assault, Batman Returns, Prince of Persia. Oops, I didn't want to go to the shop. I wanted to actually get the hint. Society says, what? It says starting stream 9 minutes ago. No. Yeah, Dungeon of Torment. I'm an idiot. I knew it was in there, and I just, I'm an idiot. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, this is the armory. We're gonna have to go back to the Dungeon of Torment after this. There's probably a runestone here. I know there is in other versions. Hey, Brandon, he says, this is a game I really want to convince my friends to get into with him. Do you really need to convince them? Must find a switch. I need a key. Yeah, one thing I found about this version is that, oh, I didn't need to do that. One thing I found out, or realized about this version, is that a lot of the traps, they move really slow. I'm guessing that they move at a higher rate on the higher difficulties. That's my guess, anyway. I bet you if you crank it up to, like, the higher difficulty, you know, those traps will move a lot faster. And I just wasted another key. Jeez. I'm good at doing that. Alright, let me come back here, let it charge up. Gimpler says if you need to convince your friends to play this, they're not your friends. This is a true story. The golem guards a switch you need to clear your pathway. Okay, we just gained a level. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of how erratic a lot of the enemies are in this version. Like, they bounce around like little bees. I guess bees don't really bounce around. You know what I mean. They're going all over the damn place. I'm gonna go ahead and open this anyway. It's like they don't stay still. And the only issue with that is it makes it very, very difficult to hit them with your melee attacks. And so, again, melee attacks give you more experience points, and then they also build your turbo meter faster. So you can use your level 3 turbo attack faster, more often. Which is very important to clear out big enemies. This is gonna be a problem. Where'd you go? No, come back. There we go. Very nice. Yeah, that's actually one reason to hold on to your specials. But I'm usually stubborn. Oh, I didn't even see those things. Hey, Rob, welcome back. Oh yeah, Brandon says Popful Mail. I never actually beat Popful. Actually, I've barely played Popful Mail. I think I played like the first couple screens and that's it. That's one I've always wanted to go and try to learn because it looks like it's a lot of fun. Leo says bees buzz. This is true, Leo. Alright, let's see. Let's check our stats. Level 23. I want to say 25 is where we get our familiar, but I'm not sure. It could be a higher level. I'm never very good with memorizing specifics like that. Retrace your steps if the gate is shut. Well, yeah. We know, Valkyrie. You don't have to keep telling us. Yep. Okay. I need to play some Star Fox 64 Pearl Jammer. Do a live stream here of it. That'll be fun. Okay, looks like these chains haven't come up yet. I'm pretty sure there's a runestone here, if it's like the other versions. Oh! Yay! We don't have to play this level again! Sorry, I'm only running against walls like an idiot because I'm looking at chat. Sorry, guys. You ever see me doing something stupid in a video game like that? It's probably because I'm looking off screen. You must find a Switch. Not a Nintendo Switch. Just a Switch. I probably opened something up because I see enemies now. Oh, there we go. Pearl Jammer, don't donate anything, man. I just appreciate that you like watching. The donations do help, but trust me when I say, like, if donations dropped off today, like, I wouldn't... It's not like I would stop making YouTube videos or streaming. This is kind of just what I do right now, so... Don't feel obligated to ever pitch in like that. It's mostly just a, hey, you know, thanks for doing your thing. It's not a necessity. It's like, if people want to do it, then cool, but I don't expect it. And I especially don't I especially don't want people supporting that way if they don't have money. Like, if you're better off saving your money, you should save your money. You shouldn't give it to a stranger on the internet. I still consider myself a stranger because, you know, I'm just a dude streaming on the internet. It's entertainment for you, and we hang out, we have conversations, but, you know, once the stream stops, that's pretty much it. So, don't give me your money. Oh, they just keep overriding my attacks. So I was trying to go for the spawner, but they kept smacking me and overriding my attack. See, man, I don't know if there's an obelisk here. We've already opened up the next world, so I don't think there is. Society says, I'm gonna start a stream persona that just insults the viewers if they don't donate. Another stone already? Wonderful. Damn straight it's wonderful. I went through all the effort. The trouble and effort. Alright, let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Get rid of that. And that. You know, these power-ups did help, like against that one golem. Alright, boosted my defense a little bit. Alright, so we have to go back to this second level. Unfortunately. Sorry, guys. That was my fault.
You are now entering the dungeon of torment.
Until stupidly huge streams? Yeah, I haven't had stupidly huge streams in a while. And I try to talk to people, Gimpler, but sometimes it doesn't always work because there are games that it's kind of hard to chat and focus on the game at the same time, so there are a lot of times where I'm not looking at chat, or I'm glancing down really fast and not responding to everybody, but I try to respond when I can. Oh, unlike stupidly huge streams, yeah. I mean, I've had some busy streams. We've had streams with like 70 and 80 viewers. I even hit 100 one or two times. And those streams, yeah, the chat actually scrolls by very, very fast. It's harder to keep up, unfortunately. That's just kind of the nature of busier streams. Mine don't usually get that high, though. We have a good turnout, but we don't have, like, you know, crazy fast chat responses, typically. Alright, I don't want to hit that. I'm almost starting to think I should have played as the warrior. But, I don't know. We're doing okay with the Valkyrie, it's fine. But something definitely feels off. It could be a combination of the Valkyries, different stats, along with some of the jankiness of the gameplay. You know, the engine, I should say. The engine and AI combination. Definitely not as satisfying to play as the more sophisticated versions. Alright, I saw a chest down here. Everybody, I have to make an announcement. The Valkyrie likes food. Just in case you weren't aware. I wish I could have zoomed into her face when I said that. Whoa, I almost picked that up. Alright, I guess we just go back this way. Oh, hey, buddy. Let's see if I can just get you over here. Sounds like it. Yep. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. No. Bad Golem. Bad. God, you're like my cat. You're just stubborn. You're stubborn, Golem. Not Patchouli. He's like Milo. Milo's the stubborn one. There we go. Alright, let's come back this way. Yes! It is 25. Ah! That was scary. Yeah, so it is level 25. You get your familiar. So now I should be able to mow through these guys a little bit easier. Oh, the acid amulet turns my projectiles into acid shots. Okay, that makes sense. I must have activated something up top, because I don't see anything down here. Let me just double check again, because I don't trust it. We already missed the runestone once. Oh, I already feel like I have an advantage now. Finally. If anything, it just stops them dead in their tracks a little bit easier. It kind of stuns them every time I hit them. Oh, yeah, I'd like to see Kid Icarus on Switch as well. I never got it on 3DS. I'm definitely much more of a console player. So that sort of game I'd much rather play on a console. Alright, so I still have not gotten the runestone. Alright, so I want it to go backwards. That's the start. Okay. Let's go back. Try to figure out what I'm missing here. Alright, I already knew about the scimitar. We've already read that once. Just to make sure, I definitely did not get the runestone yet, right? Let's see. Does it actually tell us? That's a bummer. In other versions of the game, it actually shows all the runestones above your turbo meter. All the runestones you've collected. But this version doesn't do that. So I can't see how many runestones I have. It's like, I hit this arrow, it's pointing this way. Oh. It was literally pointing to this wall, and I was like, okay, nothing happened with that wall. That, I mean, it makes more sense why I missed it last time, because it wasn't super obvious. See, I thought the arrow was pointing in that direction, but maybe something happened, like, outside my point of view, like, above. Someplace I just couldn't get to yet. That was my logic, my thought process. Alright, I actually didn't save my character last time, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright. U-tub. There we go. Oh, I just realized I can actually use the D-pad for this. Nice. That's actually a lot easier. Or at least, it feels more natural, I should say. That's it, huh? Thought I had more than that. Heh. Oh well. Well, that kind of sucks. I don't have enough money to buy much in the way of stats. That's it. Alright guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a quick restroom break and maybe get some more water like while I'm at it. So I'm going to bring up the patchy cam. And I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. Alright. So let's go and see where this next runestone is. Well, actually, we don't need one. Dig up the runestone in the haunted cemetery. Okay. So we're pretty much good to go there. Man, if I had a little more foresight, I would have played this on a different day. We could have just gone through the whole game in one sitting, but that's okay. I worked until 7 p.m. today, so I couldn't... it wouldn't have been possible for me to start the stream earlier anyway, so... But we'll make this at least a two-parter. Blackstone supports hide marks on the basement floor. Let's go ahead and use the shield, actually. Doesn't seem like it's doing much against this guy, unfortunately. See, one other cool thing you can do in Dark Legacy is you can get up and combo the golems, and then you can use your level 1 turbo to do like a headbutt on them. Actually, you might even be able to do that in Gauntlet Legends Arcade. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But I don't think you can do that in this one. Oh, couldn't see the spikes. Oh, that was a waste of a key. Oops. Oops again. It's okay, we have 1100 hit points. I think we're doing okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just sit here, let my weapon charge up. Yeah, patience definitely goes a long way in this game too. Like, you'll notice I just literally sat there in place. I wasn't trying to rush into the enemies. To raise the throne, you must find the secret spot near the golem. Yeah, so I was basically just sitting still, trying to make sure I didn't take a lot of damage, and I don't really think I took any damage. So same thing here, just kind of wait. Being a level 25 with the familiar definitely helps a little bit. Ah, there's death. Those bomb guys are easily some of the most dangerous enemies in the game. Hey, Pixel Digs. I remember getting this on Dreamcast, being really disappointed with the graphics, not realizing it was essentially a previous generation game, then still getting stuck in it because it played great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very partial to Gauntlet Legends Arcade, and Dreamcast was definitely a good replication of that. And the other thing about the Dreamcast one is it ran pretty smooth, too. Like, I think it ran at 60 FPS quite a lot, which is nice. Or maybe it was a 30 FPS game, I don't remember. Regardless, the frame rate was really consistent. I'll have to go refer to some of my old playthroughs just to double check. But yeah, I don't know if I would have called it a previous gen game because, I mean, the arcade game came out, I think, in like, how was it, like 98? And the Dreamcast came out the same year in Japan, so, the Dreamcast, in a way, is like actually quite fitting for, or was quite fitting for a lot of those Midway and Atari Games arcade titles. You know, stuff like Hydro Thunder, Rush 2049, kind of in the same ballpark. But yeah, I'm glad you still got into it though, Pixel Digs. It would have been disappointing if you were like, oh man, this game looks like garbage, I'm not gonna play it, and then you never got into it, because it's a really fun game. As you already know. No, it wasn't a port from N64, yeah. It was, Gauntlet Legends was originally an arcade game. And then it got a bunch of different ports. Dreamcast was one, N64 was another. And they actually have quite a few differences. The Dreamcast level layouts are actually a little bit different than the ones on N64. And the N64 has extra elements, like being able to sell items, not having to use them immediately. You can stash your items for later. N64 has more content from the arcade expansion pack, which was Gauntlet Dark Legacy. It looks like a lot of levels were actually cut out of this one, too. So it's got some Dark Legacy stuff in place of original Gauntlet Legends levels, from what it seems like. Matt has it on PS1. How do you like it on PS1? I only played it a long time ago, and I remember it being pretty janky, but I want to go back to it and try it again. It's been a long time. So I think I'm technically good to exit, but if I want that special weapon, then I want to go back and find it. So it said it was in the armory, and actually the special weapon is for the dragon, but if I get it, I can go fight the dragon again just for fun. Get some items, get some experience points. Oops. What region is that, Pixel Digs? Just out of curiosity. We looked it up for the North American market, and it's about $35 to $40. If you, you know, get it via auction, you might be able to get it a little bit cheaper. Oh, you're in Japan. That's right. I totally forgot about that. Did it get an actual Japanese release? I'm kind of curious. Yep, there it is. But $15? Wow, what a deal. That's awesome. Yeah, it's not a very English-heavy game either. Whoops. Keep being impatient and I run into those traps. Secret bonus room. Very nice. Yeah, and I'm assuming this is, again, how you unlock your characters in this.
Station number 5.
I don't have any boots, unfortunately. Oh, they're all the same? They're different colors. Why are they... That's weird. I assume because they were different colors that they'd be two different types of tokens, but apparently not. Right, just sit still. Oops, no! Almost loaded by accident. Alright, now we can fight the boss. Alright, so what we're gonna do is... ruin hints, blah blah blah. Alright, so I'm gonna actually go fight the first boss again. And instead of selling my items, I'm going to use them to make him a little bit easier. But also, I have the Ice Axe. So it should do some major damage in the boss fight. That was kind of amazing. So I used the three-way shot with my my lightning shot, and it was like triple lightning shots. And I just annihilated the boss. I'm disappointed that it doesn't drop gold when you beat the boss in this one. In the arcade and Dreamcast ones, it'll drop gold after you beat a boss. Oh man, that was pretty cool. I've got 1,200 gold. I might actually buy a power-up. Yeah, we have another one of those. I might go with fire. How about the three-way shot? Five-way. Oh, I didn't buy it. God! I'm still confused with the controls in this. It's definitely not a very intuitive menu system, that's for sure. Let's try this again. And it's actually really annoying that when you come out of this menu, it respawns you where you came out from after your previous level or whatever, so... Alright. There we go. Save and return. So what we're going to do is use our lightning shot again, and then go to our 5-way shot. We're going to see how fast we can beat this boss. This is the Chimera boss. This actually is kind of like the dragon, except it has 3 heads with 3 different attacks, and you have to chop off each head. But I think the scimitar I have chops off 1 head automatically. Oh! Look at that damage! Holy crap! That damage was insane. I have never killed these bosses that fast. That is crazy. That's one of the great things about being able to buy stuff and then save your weapons for later. Oh no, I wanted that meat. That was cool. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play 1 or 2 more levels. Maybe 1 more level, because I think there's like a battlefield we have to go to. That was in Dark Legacy. I'm going to assume it's in this one too. Well, I don't see the battlefield here though. So maybe we don't have to go to it? But let's get a rune hint. So rune hint, dig up the rune stone in the haunted cemetery. This is probably the first level in here. So this is Dark Legacy content. Okay, so I don't think there's a rune stone here, because it didn't say there was. Alright, let's come this way first. I'm not confusing it for Dark Legacy, Jeffrey, because in the Dreamcast Gauntlet Legends, you have to do the battlefield. That was one of the things from Dark Legacy that was not in Gauntlet Legends Arcade. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about, how they... Like, this is Gauntlet Legends, but this is also a Dark Legacy level right here. So it seems like in each of the ports, they kind of did a mishmash of Gauntlet Legends content and Dark Legacy content together, even though they still just call the game Gauntlet Legends. Alright, see ya, Society. Take care. Have a good night. Yeah, so I think this is going to be our last level for tonight, and then I'm going to stop the stream. The archive will be up, actually quite shortly, most likely. I'll probably try to post it before I go to bed tonight. And then if I'm up to it tomorrow, I'll maybe do another stream. We'll continue where I left off. Now, if there is no battlefield, then that's actually good news. Because, for one, it's not a very fun level, in my opinion. It's probably some of my least favorite stages. I'm trying to turbo my way through these guys, but I can't because it just auto-melees. It's really frustrating. So part of the purpose of the turbo functionality is not just to run, but you can shove enemies. And it doesn't seem like you can shove enemies in this version. So that's actually quite disappointing. Oh, I can actually walk through here. Okay. Like, being able to shove through enemies is very important in the arcade games. Otherwise, you would get cornered and you would die instantly. And this level's very different from the other console versions. Like, the layout's totally different. Much more wide open fields than anything. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, for anybody that kind of wants to see some of these levels that are also in the Dreamcast one, this is one of them. And you can see in the Dreamcast version, it's like totally different. And I've got a full stream of that. My keyring is full. Oh no. Sounds like a good problem to have. Much better than not having any keys. Oops. I'm gonna actually need to go back. I feel like I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself. So I don't think I can really do anything here yet. Oh, no, I can. Something I didn't mention, you've probably been able to tell, is this game does have an auto-aim system. So as long as you're like forcefully pointing towards something, your shots will kind of just automatically lock onto it and just go sort of where you want it to. Office likes my little bird friend. Office, I'm glad you like my little bird friend. Yeah, I think it turns into a phoenix later on and starts shooting fireballs. Yeah, I'm still kind of bummed that you can't just shoot death to death. Yeah, because you can do that in other versions, it's so you can save your potions. But in this, it's like, no, you've got to use a potion. Ah! Like, the timing on these traps is catching me off guard big time. I'm so used to them coming up and down faster, or more rapidly. So it's really stop and go in this one. like I said, it's entirely possible that you know, the rate that the traps come up and down is faster on the higher difficulties. There we go. I'm here to kick bubblegum and chew ass. Wait a second, that didn't sound right. What the? I said it before I finished your comment. You said the exact same thing. It's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. But I have lots of gum. This stream is sponsored by 5 Gum. Duke Nukem's brand of choice. Hey, Jose, welcome back. So this little halo is like an anti-death halo, which is only really useful if death is near. But it's one of those items I can't disable, or I can't turn off. Jeez, enemies are so beefy right now. It's like something comes up from there. I wonder what it is. What could it possibly be? It's a me, a Mario! Mario pops out of the pipe. Alright, not a huge fan of big levels like this. That's very, very easy to get lost. And I'm already getting lost. So there's obviously a well. And there's a switch. And I don't know how to get to said switch. Not a Nintendo Switch. Let's loop back around this way. Alright, so I see enemies this way. Let's loop down here. Or not. Maybe come across the bridge. Did I raise this? I guess that's it. I don't think anything else comes up. In other versions, I think there's a runestone down there in other versions. Or there's something good down there. Let's come back this way. Hey, do I have to go all the way back to the beginning? Weird place for spikes to be. You would think that's a breakable wall with spikes right there. Oh man, the way the camera angles are working, it's making me loop around and it just feels really weird. It's honestly just disorienting me. It's kind of screwing with my sense of direction. You know, I guess technically I could use the compass. What the hell, man? I'm just trying to figure out how I get back over. Because it seems like I want to loop around, unless, like, I'm supposed to end up there later. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Let's just push forward. Well, no. Let's actually do this first. Let's come back through here. See if I missed any switches or anything. What is that? No, come back here. It's one of the things I don't like about not being able to control my camera is I can spot things in the distance just briefly. But I can't really focus on them because the camera just shifts on its own. John Smith, welcome back. Oh, that's a fire shield. Oops. Yeah, their enemies are above. Whoa! Where the hell did you come from? Yeah, it looks like we missed just a tiny bit here. And that did absolutely nothing. It said the house is weak to fire or something like that, and yet I don't know what the point of that message was. I had no control over it. Retro Simon, there is no split screen. It's all on the same screen. And what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How far into it? We're onto the third world. There are apparently 4 worlds in the game, or 4 realms. And then there's a final realm as far as I'm aware. There might be another one that we also have to play, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Because it's been like 20 years since I've beaten this version of the game. It's been a very long time. Alright, so we're gonna just take this hill and see where it takes us. I might just be overthinking this. It's just I don't want to miss anything if there's anything mandatory, you know? Because that means that we have to do the level over again. Where once the wicked dangled until death, now lies a way to a secret place. Trying to think of places where the wicked dangled to death. I don't remember seeing any bodies hanging anywhere. Or maybe I did and I just didn't really think about it. Let's do this. Man, these guys are so beefy right now. It's crazy. It's like I want to just melee through these guys, but it's really risky. It's much safer in other versions of the game. Oh, I did not see that guy coming. There's no way I could have reacted to that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I'm complaining all the time. I mean, in a lot of games I play here, I talk about the good things, I talk about the bad things, and one of the bad things about this version is this level kind of sucks. It's just one big field after another, and I'm getting lost like crazy. And it doesn't feel like I'm making good progress because of that. Like, yeah, there are big field sections in the other versions of the game, but it is, let's go up. Alright, switch over my three-way. Okay, cool. This level is definitely not one of this game's highlights, that's for sure. Oh, have you never seen the arcade version, Simon? Yeah, the arcade game is awesome. It's definitely one of my favorites. I've played it a lot over the years. It also doesn't help that, like, all the enemies seem really strong right now, so it's a little tedious. Question is, should I go ahead and do that? He didn't say if there were, like, any obelisks or anything here, but because if I go here, it's gonna end my level.
You are now entering the psychedelic stun chamber.
So for those of you guys that don't know, this was actually made by Atari Games. So this is an homage to Centipede. Atari Games had, I think, been absorbed by Midway by that point, which was owned by Williams. But they still kept the Atari Games name for a while. And then I think they were eventually just absorbed completely into Midway and took the Midway name. That's why this was published by Midway on consoles. Pixel Digs, there is no map, right? Yeah, so that level we were just on makes a lot more sense in other versions of the game. In the N64 one, it's just like huge and wide open. Alright, let's go ahead and save it. Alright. They got the runestone and the haunted cemetery, which we haven't gone to yet. So, yeah, so there's an ice realm, that's Dark Legacy. And I've noticed that there is no, tree realm, and there's no Egyptian realm, or desert realm. So, kind of interesting. But, yeah, I think that's gonna actually do it for me, guys. Let me actually go and sell some stuff real quick. Go to the shop. Increase my strength just a little bit. Does this one have the airship? Actually, I think it might. I think it might be one of the levels in this realm. Because in the demo of the game, they show an airship. So, I think it might be in here. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and save, and that's gonna do it for me. Like I said, this stream was gonna be a few hours long, and we pretty much just hit the 3-hour mark. And so what I'll do is I'll try to, you know, well, I don't know if I'm gonna come back right away and finish this, but it's something we'll definitely leave on the back burner. I mean, depending on what happens tomorrow, it is 4th of July weekend, or Independence Day weekend for United States. I might even just come back tomorrow and try to finish it, because I don't really have any plans. But my plans for Sunday are always kind of up in the air. I try to leave Sundays free and not dedicate streams to the early parts of the day, just in case something comes up, because it's like usually one of the only days I can go and hang out with people and see friends and whatnot. But we will see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'll have the archive posted probably later tonight or early tomorrow. Ugh. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go for a bike ride and then go get some food afterwards on the way home. And then when I come back, I'm going to go stream on Twitch because I've been back into some rhythm games. I'm going to play some Beatmania 2DX over there. So if any of you guys know my Twitch and you're bored later and you want to see something different, feel free to pop in and check that out. That'll probably be half an hour to an hour from now. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this archive will be live tomorrow. Or tonight. I don't know, whenever. We'll see. But, yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. Yeah, you're welcome, Jeffrey. Thanks for tuning in. Same with you, Pixel Digs. Everybody else that's been here. Gimpler, Office, Deathseed. Retro Simon. Pearl Jammer. Who else has been out there recently? Jose. Society went good night a little while ago, and Matt. Looks like that's it for the last little while. So, but yeah, thanks again, guys. I'll catch you later. I guess until the next one, take it easy.